Hospital closures, doctor shortages, and nurses stretched thin. BC's healthcare is crumbling.
In many areas of the province, healthcare is actually in crisis.
Turning our hospitals into hectic centers where you could wait for hours without care.
Community members sitting in the Surrey Memorial Emergency are waiting 10 to 14 hours. At any given time, there's over 100 patients that have been assessed and have been admitted waiting for a bed, but there's no bed for them.
It's a crisis stretching all corners of our province.
There are several examples of emergency rooms that are either having to close down or they are not able to provide the care to the patients that they need.
A 30-day action plan to help the health crisis is being put forward by the BC Liberals.
To stop the fleeing of physicians from family practice, which is happening on a daily basis. And then we had some changes that were informed by doctors to help retain and attract new doctors into the profession.
Tragic, heartbreaking examples are happening right now. Just this weekend in Ashcroft, a man died while waiting for health care.
I'm genuinely really worried about it. We've got almost 1 million British Columbians that have no access to a family physician.
The Liberals want simpler billing codes and
increase the payments made to doctors because it clearly hasn't kept up with inflation. Dramatically increase the number of training spaces for doctors from 288 to 400.
So can this action plan work? Well, BC's Nurses Union wants support from all levels of government.
Work together to address the physician shortage, to address the nursing shortage.
As she fears it could only get worse.
We're speaking to our members each and every day, and many of them are on the brink of leaving.
Falcon wants to make it easier for international doctors to get working.
Because a lot of those international medical graduates, over 80% of them, are actually Canadians that have studied abroad because they couldn't get into UBC or they chose to study in Australia or Ireland or the United States. And they want to come back and practice in British Columbia, but there are not enough funded training seats.
In response to the action plan, the BC government provided Glacier Media with a long list of things it's done since it took office in 2017, like adding over 6,500 nurses and expanding nursing seats in post-secondary institutes by 602. It pointed to the urgent and primary care centres with 23 more to come before April 2025. The Health Ministry also says it has invested $2.3 million in 2021 and 2022 to get international medical graduates registered faster.
What would help is to at least acknowledge how bad things are. Nurses, frankly, feel gaslighted sometimes, that it's not being fully acknowledged just how dire the situation is.
For now, the front lines continue to be sparse and challenging, with many wondering what will it take to finally get help to those who help us. Elena Kelly, Glacier Media, Vancouver.